All right, so this is coming in really late for an AM edition, but let's just go for it, you know? All right, so a little bit of a speed run today because old Todd's tired. All right, Bitcoin 47. Wow, that dropped a bit since I logged on. It was, I think, 49, so down 9.3%. Ethereum's at 1.5K, down 9.7%. Tether's in third place. Binance is down to 220, down 10%. Polkadot's at 32, down 3.85%. Cardano's just under a dollar at 2.28. Let's see. XRP's at 47 cents, down 17%. They got that lawsuit going on, which doesn't help in the fact that we're seeing a correction. Alright, Litecoin, damn, down all the way to 170, down 12.3%. Chainlink 2510, and let's see, 12.31%, 12.36% down. Bitcoin Cash, 503.67, down 14.5%. So that's the bloodbath. Yeah, a lot of red in that 24. Let's see if anyone's making gains against the traditionals. Solana, don't know much. Leo, whatever the hell this is. Phantom, FTM. So yeah, 35, 29, 28 respectively. Swissborg at 19. Cosmos, ATOM. I do know a little bit about that one. I'm a fan. 9%. Ravencoin, I like that one. I'm a fan of mining it. It's at 6% up. So that's good. 17 cents. I mean, the all-time high was a few days ago. It was like 30 cents. So it's still taking a beating. But yeah, in a 7-day, if you look at the 7-day, I mean, yeah, it's still up more than twice. So good for Raven. I'm just curious, what's like the most? 168% in the last week. Good for them. Cool. Okie dokie. Ooh, KuCoin has a good token. That's tearing up. And then crypto's doing good. Alright. Alright. Let's go to the actual price today. How we doing? Look at that bouncing at 45. Yeah, 45K. That looks about right. We're seeing it consolidate. So when you see it consolidate, you should see Bollinger Bands closing in, and I've been told that when that is happening, you should expect to see an upward rise. So let's take a look at the cloud. See what the cloud's telling us. Well, first off, actually, let's take our measurement for the day. So I talked to you guys 13 hours ago. Oh, that video didn't have audio, so it didn't post. I didn't post it, but I did do a video with no audio. So since I checked in a little under 14 hours ago, we lost 3.3%. Let's see here. So our conversion line is pointing down. Our baseline is flat above the conversion line, though we have a negative cross right here. And then our lagging indicator is pointing down, and it's trading just a little above that. Pretty close, pretty much spot on. And there's very thin support that's kind of falling here, so we could see that switch. It's trading under the support, so not great in terms of indicators. And we do see the Bollinger Band saying that movement's coming. And then let's say, oh, these dudes are still inverted every time I've checked, including last night. Let's see if they just have remained inverted that whole time. Yeah, they have remained inverted pretty consistently for the last while here, since the 21st. So 2 days ago in the middle of the afternoon was the last time that they were oriented for upward momentum. Okay, so there's the numbers there. So it's bouncing off of 45,000. There's 50,000 right there, which was supportive a little bit. We bounced on that twice, but yeah, I think there's a lot of buying pressure. Not that this is financial advice. This is all educational, but entertainment purposes and things of such like that. But I think there's a lot of buying pressure right under 45. I think a lot of people have set up their long positions under there. We can look at the order books. Maybe I'll incorporate that into the show down the road, but not today. All right. So Bitcoin investors, that they can be relieved. Bitfinex, Tether settled their NYAG lawsuit. New York Attorney General, who is definitely the most hard-nosed like hard-nosed organization in our whole country in terms of like trading anything, stocks or anything else. So if you can operate in New York, like Gemini Exchange, for example, and others, then you are gonna pretty much operate in all the other 50. So it's the hardest hoops to jump through. I actually didn't pick the story up in the front of it, so I don't know exactly what the problem was, but I'm kind of working backwards and reading how they. Uh, I've mentioned before, Tether's a good thing to throw your dollars into to go in and out of Tether into in and out of cryptocurrencies if you're trading, because it's a blockchain. It's faster than transferring in and out of USD, and and they used to say at least that Tether is back to 1-to-1, but it appears that like I think maybe they gave a loan to Bitfinex, and so if they gave that loan out, right, they probably wouldn't be backed 1-to-1 anymore. I'm assuming they gave out the collateral that they were using to say we're backed 1-to-1, and that was the problem. I don't know. They reached a settlement. They paid the attorney general, and they agreed to report on what they hold in terms of their USD tether, in terms of their USD compared to their USD tether market cap. So you do know like the risk you're uh, getting into. I guess you see how much they could pay you, like pennies on the dollar, if you had to liquidate, or if they had to liquidate, or something. That's kind of what That's kind of what I'm working backwards to get to the end here of the story. So, okay, Swedish regulators warn consumers about crypto markets as they tumble. I mean, there's always alarmism, and I feel like doing this is exactly what the Swedish government did is probably going to like have a impact to drive prices down further, because it's going to shake weak hands and people are like, "Oh, the government said." Like maybe, right? Like like from my perspective, I'm very interested in this stuff despite whether or not the government's into it or not. Doesn't really matter to me. I like seeing them come along and come around to crypto, but I don't really care. I'm still going to be into it. But I guess if you're a weak hand, maybe you see that your local government warn against it. Maybe you sell out. I don't know. It just seems like a weird thing to do. Um, Crypto doesn't have as much laws as the regular stock market doesn't, but the regular stock market's pretty fucking rigged. So it's like, do you want to play in the casino where everything's rigged, or do you want to like play cards out in the Wild West where it's just you and some buddies? Like I don't know. I don't know. It's like kind of the way I'm seeing it. So I guess the warning's not untrue. I mean, tumble. Yeah, I mean they're correcting. It's funny when people say tumble because it's like, well, that was brutal growth for weeks. I mean, no one reasonable probably thinks that that growth will just continue. I mean, you have to see corrections. And so when corrections that are highly predictable occur and everyone knows they're coming, markets tumble. It's such a dramatic way to refer to totally predictable and normal corrections in any asset that is appreciating. All right. Ethereum miners are likely to accept EIP 1559. I need to watch Bitsby Trippin's video on this. There's probably like 6 hours of content he's put out this week alone on this particular subject. So I'm gonna get caught up, and maybe I'll make my own video. Not to like piggyback on him, but maybe I'll sum it up in my stonery way in like 20 minutes, and I'll try to make it make sense or something. But yeah, I mean the fees on Ethereum are like deadly high, and if they don't fix it immediately, the network, I mean, really is under some serious pressure to fix it, because if they don't do that pretty immediately, new projects are going to move on to like every other platform that is doing this ecosystem sort of thing. You got like, I don't know if Raven's really a good example of ERC20, but then you have Tron, which is a straight ripoff. You have ADA, which is a competitor. I wouldn't call them a ripoff as much, but they can still do the same thing now. They just released the ability to have sub tokens. So yeah, if Ethereum doesn't get the gas prices under control, it's definitely the problem. So I don't know what like block size mechanism like that doesn't. Maybe they can do that, but that doesn't sound super chill to be letting the block size become variable. And then I really don't even know what the hell this means. I mean, so. But they're basically gonna be burning the fees that used to go to miners. I don't really understand. Well, see, all transactions pay the same fee, so I mean maybe that's why. So, but I don't really know. I don't really get the burn part, except it probably appreciates the Ethereum. So, that's the show for today. Thanks for jumping in, and I will talk to you guys tonight.